Mars Bar Fudge recipes, the ultimate recipe for a decadent treat. Are you ready to indulge in a sweet, melt-in-your-mouth treat that combines the irresistible flavors of Mars bars with the rich creaminess of fudge? If you love chocolate, caramel, and a little bit of crunch, this Mars Bar Fudge recipe is about to become your new favorite. Simple to make, incredibly delicious, and sure to satisfy your sweet tooth. This fudge is perfect for any occasion, whether you're making it for a special celebration, a quick treat for guests, or just for yourself. This recipe will never disappoint. Ingredients you'll need. Before you start, gather the following ingredients to make your Mars Bar Fudge. 1 tin of condensed milk, about 397 g. 4 20 g white chocolate. 150 g Mars Bar chunks, roughly chopped. 100 g additional Mars Bar chunks for folding through and topping. Baking paper. 8 by 8 inch baking tin. Once you have everything, you're ready to begin. The next steps are easy, but make sure to follow them carefully for a perfect fudge every time. Step-by-step instructions for making Mars Bar Fudge. 1. Line your baking tin. The first step is to line an 8 by 8 inch baking tin with baking paper. This ensures your fudge won't stick to the pan and makes it much easier to remove once it has set. You can use a little butter or oil to lightly grease the pan before adding the paper, ensuring it sticks perfectly. 2. Melt the ingredients. Now let's get to the fun part, melting the ingredients. Place the condensed milk, white chocolate, and 150 g of Mars Bar chunks into a pan. Over medium heat, stir continuously until everything has melted and becomes smooth. The white chocolate should melt beautifully and mix with the condensed milk to create a silky smooth mixture. Be sure to keep an eye on the heat and stir regularly to prevent burning. This mixture should be creamy and delicious, ready to be folded with more Mars Bar chunks in the next step. 3. Cool slightly and fold in Mars Bar chunks. Once your mixture is completely melted and smooth, take the pan off the heat. Allow it to cool slightly for a few minutes. You don't want it too hot when you fold in the extra Mars Bar chunks, or they could melt too much and lose their texture. Once cooled, gently fold in the 100 g of Mars Bar chunks. These chunks will add that delightful chewiness and a little crunch to each bite. The combination of the white chocolate fudge and Mars Bar pieces will make every piece of fudge uniquely satisfying. 4. Pour the mixture into the baking tin. Now that your Mars Bar Fudge mixture is ready, pour it into the prepared 8 by 8 inch baking tin. Use a spatula or the back of a spoon to spread the mixture out evenly, ensuring it reaches the edges of the tin. The top should be smooth, but feel free to give it a little texture for visual appeal. 5. Add more Mars Bar chunks on top. To make your fudge even more irresistible, add extra Mars Bar chunks on top of the fudge mixture. These chunks will slightly melt into the fudge as it cools and give it a beautiful, glossy finish. The final result will be a fudge that's studded with pieces of Mars Bar in every bite. 6. Refrigerate until set. Once your fudge is in the tin and topped with Mars Bar chunks, it's time to let it set. Refrigerate the fudge for at least 3 hours or until it is firm and fully set. If you want to speed up the process, you can place it in the freezer for about 1 to 2 hours. Just make sure it's firm to the touch before removing it. 7. Enjoy. After your fudge has set and is nice and firm, it's time to enjoy. Carefully remove the fudge from the tin by lifting the baking paper, then cut it into squares or slices, whatever suits your preference. The fudge should be creamy, rich, and packed with that delicious Mars Bar flavor. Serve it as a treat after dinner, pack it up for a lunchbox snack, or share it with friends and family. No matter when you serve it, this Mars Bar Fudge will be the star of the show. Tips for perfect Mars Bar Fudge. Choosing the right Mars Bars. For the best results, make sure to use fresh Mars Bars. If they are too old, they may not provide the right texture or flavor. Fresh Mars Bars will add that perfect chewiness to the fudge. Experiment with chocolate. While white chocolate is the base of this fudge, you can experiment with other types of chocolate if you like. Milk chocolate or dark chocolate can be used in place of the white chocolate to create different flavor profiles. Make it your own. Feel free to add other ingredients to personalize your Mars Bar Fudge. Chopped nuts, dried fruit, or even a drizzle of caramel sauce can be added to enhance the flavor and texture. Storage tips. If you have any leftover Mars Bar Fudge, though it's unlikely, store it in an airtight container in the fridge. It should keep well for up to a week.